Hi, this is Mato. This video is an introduction to an awesome chess book called Van Perlus Endgame Tactics. Van Perlus Endgame Tactics is a collection of more than 1000 endgame tricks and traps. There are two versions. There is a paper version and interactive chess book. I highly recommend interactive chess book, which is on special right now. Let's have a look at it. Here we are. I will click on Van Perlus Endgame Tactics, and these are the chapters from Van Perlus Endgame Tactics. No surprise, kids improve their chess very quickly nowadays. Kids don't need chess board and pieces. They play on interactive boards. Okay, let's click on part 1, Pawn Endgames. You can click on information and read about the endgames. I will click on first example. Here we are. This is the first exercise, and this is one way to go. You can read about the game and how it went, or you can go straight to the quiz. Okay, so you can see the text on the right and how the game went. Black did not resign. King to h7 was played. King to f7, and now king to h6. It is white to move. How would you continue? This is the critical moment. If white promotes the pawn to a queen, it is a stalemate. White promoted to rook, and the game continued. King to h7, rook to g5, and black resigned because of rook to h5. Check. Mate. Let's go to our next example. I will now click on the position number 4. You can see it says overstudy here. That's because I have already seen this position. I will click on it, overstudy, and this is the position. It says solve. It is white to move, and the correct move is... What is the correct move? The correct move is c4. If you are not sure, then you click on this button here and you get things explained to you. If says if king to d2, then c4, and white is lost. Okay, let's go to our next exercise. It is white to play, and it looks like that white is in trouble. Can white save the game? What would you do? Let's try this. What now? You must take the pawn on b6. Then we grab the pawn on b7. And now we push our own pawn forward. And we bring our king to b6. And this is a draw. Next exercise. White to move. Can white save the game? You have to go with the king where the action is, and then king prevents promoting. But now this is very important, not to take the pawn, and the game should end in a draw. It is draw. You can read more about it. Next exercise. I will click on exercise number 10. I haven't seen it yet. Click on solve. It is black to move. What would you do in this position if you had black pieces? Black is winning with move. What move? And now king must defend the pawn. We don't push. King to c6. And now we can push the pawn. And this is the end. Black won. After g7, black pawn is pushed, promoted to queen, and this is a check. Okay, next exercise. Let's do some queen endgames. It is black to move. What would you do in this position if you had black pieces? If it was white to move, white would play queen takes pawn on g5. If g4 is played by black and king takes on g4, queen to f5 is checkmate. But what if black plays g4 check and white queen takes on g4? What happens then? You can play queen to f5 and to exchange queens. Would that help with winning? It would, because you have c4 pawn push. Let's see. So first move, g4 check. Like I said, if king takes, then queen to f5 checkmate. But this way we will exchange queens and win the game. And what we do now? We take the queen and then we get in the square. And this is it. Black is winning. Okay, let's move to our next example. Wow, this is really tricky. Black has 2 pawns and rook against 1 rook and 1 pawn. We have to bring our rook to safety first. And then we keep on checking. And then a rook attacks the pawn, and then we, I guess, do checking again. Rook to a7, we are happy with the draw. Rook takes pawn, and this is a draw. Okay, let's move to an endgame with minor pieces. It is white to move. This is a position from a real game. Perhaps we play bishop to a4. And we move the king to d6. And then we play perhaps bishop to b3. And what now? What about this move? And then we play this one. And where is the bishop going now? The correct move is bishop to b7, intending a6. And now we move the king in. Is this good? It is good. Well done, Mato. You have reached the level of the chess player. Wow. In this last example, I would like to use my own board to show you the endgame from the game Stoltz and Nimzowitsch, played in 1928. This is the critical position. It is black to move, Nimzowitsch to move. White has 2 outside passed pawns, and it looks like that white is winning. Can black do something? What would you do? Nimzowitsch played the best move. f4. Pawn takes pawn on f4 check. What else? If b6, then king to d6. And after a5, king to c6. If pawn takes pawn now, then g3. And after, say, f5, g2, and black is winning. Can white do better? If king to e1, then d3, and after f5, g2, king to f2, d2, and black is promoting one of the pawns and winning the game. Back to our game. So we have pawn takes pawn on f4 check. It is black to move, and black has only one good move in this position, and that is the obvious one, king to d6. If king takes pawn on f4, then b6 and the king is outside the square. So king to d6 is the move. a5, g3, a6, king to c7 preventing b6, king to e2, but now d3 check, king takes on d3, g2, king to e4. Pawn is pushed and promoted to queen. White could have resigned, But the dinner wasn't ready yet, so he continued playing. King to f5. Dinцович played queen to b6, preventing white king from going to the 6th rank. King to g5, king to d7, f5, king to e7, and white resigned. One Perlus endgame tactics is a real treasure. You will have great fun solving problems and doing exercises, and you will become stronger endgame player. Please click on the link below the video and start enjoying and improving your endgame right now.